is my free car. It might go. Right, I'm here with James. You've had this car since it was on 16,000 miles?
Yeah, 16, yeah. Over 20 years ago.
On the last MOT, they said it needs a few bits. You don't think that doing those bits is worth it on a car of this age because you're not using it. And it's on how many miles?
It's done 200,500 now, just on.
Yeah, so over 200,000 miles. It's not worth much as it sits if it needs tyres. And I can see from here, look, this is the perishing on the tyres. So a set of tyres probably outweighs the cost of the car. So he said, do you want it for free? So I said, yeah. I'll get a train down to Southampton. It's taken me a little while because I've had stuff going on, but we are here. We've not started it up, so I've got to hope that it will start. But yeah.
I think she will.
Yeah. Well, we've got a charged battery. Fingers crossed. Should we try a first start? And then, as long as it starts, I'm just going to drive it home and then we'll get it on the ramp. But yeah, let's give it a try.
You need a picture of this first.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh, we might have to get some wipes out. It has been sat. There's the proof, folks. There's the proof. It has been sat. Yeah. Definitely get some wet wipes on that or something. But yeah, it'll be fine. This will be the last time that you're starting your car.
Don't make me cry.
How many years have you had it, do you think?
Just over 20.
Wow. Well, I'm going to look after it for you, I promise. Let's see this first start then. Oh. It might go. Well, look at that. Look at that. And do you know what? That sounds sweet. That does sound sweet. That sounds, you can't really, yeah. That sounds sweet. So we're gonna leave it running, we'll sort some paperwork, then we're gonna jump in and we're gonna drive it home. Oh, first thing, we've got to take his private plates off. So that's got to be done. And then yes, I can drive it home. How cool is this? Yeah. This is my free car. This is amazing. We got some really cool plans for this because one of the main things James didn't want to happen is this car get broken for pieces, and it's too good for that. I've got wheels, I've got brakes, I've got the bits that it needs for the MOT sat in the units. It's not going to cost me anything for me to be able to give this an extra lease of life. And so yeah, put your suggestions in the comments below where you want to see me driving this. Might be a Nürburgring car next year, but not for now. That's a bit extreme. But I'm thinking I want to do a trip into Wales, do some nice Welsh country roads in this thing, really open her up and just see how over 200,000 miles has fared on an engine like this. I mean, this is an early APX, over 200,000 miles. We've got all the service paperwork and everything like that. So let's see how well a well looked after example does after 200,000 miles. 220,000 miles, we're definitely going to get that to 225. 100%, it's got to be done. We'll try and get it to 250,000 to be honest with you. 30,000 miles in it, that'd be 30,000 fun miles. Well, the car's been sat warming up for a little while. It is ready to go. We've got the paperwork sorted, so all that remains to be said is thank you, James, for entrusting me with your, yeah.
You're very welcome, Brendan.
Yeah, your 20-year-old baby.
See what you can do with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm sure it's going to be fun.
Yep, safe drive back.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Let's just get the whole, there we go.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Shaking hands. Yeah, I've got a free car. We've just done, well, it's saying I've only done 0.1 mile. What's just happened is, yeah, I've just done a couple of miles to the Tesco to put some fuel in. I thought I'll go into the shop because the number plates are just taped on at the moment, right, which isn't ideal. But I'll go into the shop and hopefully they'll have some zip ties or something more substantial. And then thought, I wonder if it'll start again. Tried to start it and it was really difficult. Luckily I'd parked on a slight slope, so bump started it. So now I'm going to get fuel and I'm going to have to do what you shouldn't do, which is leave the engine running while you fuel. But if anyone asks, I didn't do that, okay? So now that I've definitely not just fueled up how you shouldn't do it, it's time to do the drive home. On the drive to here, the brakes felt all right. They're going to do the job. The suspension, everything feels good. Got a little bit of noise at the back because he gave me a set of wheels that he bought for it that were incorrectly sold. So they're actually for like 5x112, so like A3 later generation maybe, things like that. But yeah, just going to nurse it around the cam belt that hasn't been done for 10 years, so that's a genuine concern. I hope the plates don't fall off. They're sellotaped on at the moment. I'm just going to go with that because I don't want to risk stopping again and not being able to start the car. I've not brought anything with me to do any filming from in the car properly, so I'm going to have to just get it home. I'll let you know when I'm safely home, and then the next step will be giving it a full inspection and seeing what's going on. It is due its MOT in 20 days, so I've got a bit of time if it does need bits doing. Yeah, I say the first thing will be cam belt though, for sure. Well, I figured I'd better stop and make sure that after I've been doing 70 mile an hour on the motorway, the plates haven't fell off. Anyway, right, yeah, well that plate's still on, so that's good. And that plate's still on. Happy days. Keen-eyed viewers might notice that there is no headlight washers. And off camera, I had a quick chat, and it turns out that his daughter had a little bump in it, and so it needed a bumper on a bonnet. And if you look closely at the bonnet, you might notice what I noticed when I popped the bonnet, which is that back when this happened, there obviously wasn't a lot of breakers, because that looks like amulet red, which would have been a rare colour for a breaker back then. See there as well. So yeah, there obviously wasn't any silver breakers available at the time. No 225 breakers available at the time. Well, we're back at the unit. Decent fuel economy, because despite what the thermostat says at the moment, it was not getting to 90 degrees on the journey. At best I was getting 66, 67 degrees, so the thermostat is stuck open. It's only now up to temp because there's no airflow over the radiator. So one of the wheel bearings is no good, and I don't know whether it's front or rear. It's hard to tell because all the discs are crusty. It was mentioned about these brake lines as well. Look, we can see sweating on the brake lines. So that's not ideal. That's just water, I believe. Same this side. They're not necessarily too bad. They might clean up. We'll have a look. Shocks are actually not shocking. They're in one piece. That drop link's bent. Why is that bent? See, it's supposed to be straight. That one's definitely got a little kink at the bottom there. I wonder why. There's original powder coat there and just a bit of surface rust. So it's not actually terrible. In fact, I've seen way worse on way younger cars. I'm not offended by that. Not even the tank straps aren't that bad. They're usually quite rusty. Not bad. 220,000 mile exhaust. These must have been changed at some point because these are always gone. But if they've not, happy days. Look, it's still got both covers on the catalytic converter. Again, one of the fixings has gone, but that's rare to see. At the front here, that's not bad. Could be way worse. In fact, it's probably fine. Front bush looks alright. Again, this side, bushes look good. No separation. We'll have to whip the under tray off, obviously. I mean, we can see through there, a little bit wet. Back of the discs, they are pitted and scored. Not the best. Struts and springs, Again, could be worse. I think it's, from memory, it was, which way was it? It's definitely, if I loaded up a corner when I'm turning, one of them sounded like it was, definitely sounded like it was rumbling on the wheel bearing. So the tyres, look, they're not good. They're really not good. Yeah, you got cracking in between the treads, look. Cracking all on this edge here. How are the back ones looking? Not as bad actually. Still a bit of that sidewall crack in there, which is not great. Oh, and look at that. That's really aged. I wonder how old these tyres are. Does it tell us? Can we see a week when they were made? They're from 2017, that'd be why. That's why the tyres are no good. And look, they're all cracking around there. Ooh, okay. Well, we made it back in one piece. By luck or by fluke or by whatever, I don't know. Right, bodywork wise, I mean, it's filthy. But now that I've looked underneath the chassis, I mean, even the sills, look, they're not bad at all. Let's look at the front of them. Yeah, usual place, but they're solid still. Inner of the wings. That's red paint under there. And then what about this side? Yeah, more red paint. So it had wings, bonnet and bumper, all of the same car. Wow. And then front of the sill, could be worse. Right, let's get it down and have a further look around the bodywork. Oh, that's been, oof. Wonder if that's from when they did the repair work. That's really lazy if so. I wonder. Yeah, get it down, Bryn, get it down. Oh, look, overspray on the horns. That's quite funny. And the plate stayed on with sellotape after all that time. It's doing really well. Interestingly, all the calipers have still got their nice original finish on them. You know, there's flaking a little bit, but usually they're all rust buckets by this point. That's really cool to see. So, if we look down the side of the car, I can't see any major dings or dents. Got this little scrape on the sill there. Obviously, we've noticed that the wings, bonnet and bumper have been swapped over. The headlights are not looking the best. They might polish up. Grill hanging out there. Doesn't look like he's had any further bumps since that one. Again, looking down this side here, it all looks straight and true. And you can even see a reflection of all the Clay Cloth Company products in the corner there. That's cool. Now, in the bay, it is an APX. There you go. And it's all there. That's all I can really say for it. I think we're going to have an issue with the PCV hose there, this one that runs across there. So I have actually bought a replacement part for that ahead of time. I've got an adhesive tube, so I'm going to fit that. I can't remember whether this one gets up to temperature or not. Can't remember. And normally, if I needed to do a thermostat, I'd just do it at the same time as doing the cam belt, because then we just whip the alternator off and coolant's already out, blah, blah, blah. But I want to redo my how to do a thermostat video. So I'll do that as a standalone video. But yeah, today, just going to crack on with the cam belt. And then swap wheels, sort of brakes, take it for an MOT. So yeah, I'm not going to show you the cam belt bits because there is a specific video for the cam belt. Yeah, I've done loads of bits of cam belts and loads of bits of videos. You all know how to do a cam belt. But this was just about showing you around the car in a bit more detail, with all its good bits and bad bits, so that you can see it in all its glory. And the next time you see me with this car, we'll be doing a little road trip. So yeah, and I will definitely be thinner by that point as well. And if you don't notice in that video and don't comment on that video, I'm going to really be insecure, all right? I'm only kidding. But yeah, I'm going to be thinner. The car's going to be in better shape as well, and we're going to take it for a blast. This was bad. This is the split hose that goes under the intake manifold. In trying to remove it, it then broke the crank breather, which I'm not surprised about, but I've got all the parts here. But to get to it, we're going to have intake manifold off, and we might as well do the cam cover gasket. So we're going to do all of that before it goes for MOT. So I'll see you in the next video.